So I traveled 8,814 kilometers to learn how some of the most successful creators in the world make their millions. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the key takeaways I'm going to use to triple my creator business in the next 12 months so that you can do the same. With that said, the strategies I'll be sharing with you in this video can work for any type of business. So firstly, from 8-figure entrepreneur Justin Welsh, I learned the importance of email personalization. And firstly, if you don't know who Justin Welsh is, he's an 8-figure creator known for popularizing the term solopreneur. To date, he's grown an online audience of over 1.2 million followers, and he runs one of the most successful creator newsletters on the internet. And I've been following Justin's stuff for a while now, and I've purchased many of his products. But the key strategy I learned from his keynote was how he used email personalization to help him generate over $1.6 million for his latest course launch. Justin's workshop was so valuable because with the rise of AI, it's never been easier to create value-packed emails. So the key to standing out in the inbox is by personalizing your emails to match your subscribers' wants and needs. And Justin does this by using a software like WriteMessage to not only survey his subscribers to learn more about them, but he also uses this information to segment his audience. From there, he sends personalized emails based on how subscribers interact with his content. So for example, after you join his newsletter, instead of going to a standard thank you page, you'll be prompted to answer a few questions. And these questions have carefully been crafted by Justin to understand what stage each subscriber was at in their business, how they made money online, what social platform they used, their biggest challenges, and more. Having this information allows Justin to then send personalized emails through WriteMessage depending on the reader's answers. So for example, Justin sells a LinkedIn growth course, and he's set up his funnel so that if anyone from LinkedIn joins his newsletter, he then sends a personalized email sequence that is related to LinkedIn. And it's here where he also sends an offer to purchase his LinkedIn course. And this level of personalization doesn't just stop in the inbox. Justin also creates separate landing pages depending on your specific wants and needs. So for example, with these two landing pages, we can see that the headlines are slightly different and they are targeting two different kinds of people. And this level of personalization can be time consuming and can seem a little bit over the top. But Justin revealed that this strategy increased the purchase rate of his latest course launch by 38%, which amounted to an extra $650,000 in sales. So it's safe to say it was worth the time and effort. That said, I plan to implement a similar strategy by adding surveys to all of my opt-in pages to better understand and segment my target audience. From there, I'll use this information to create targeted email sequences and landing pages to better speak to my segmented audiences. But now moving on to key takeaway number 2, which was from 9-figure entrepreneur Brendon Burchard, and that was the importance of one launch, one funnel, and one group. And if you don't know who Brendon Burchard is, he's one of the most successful personal development coaches in the world. And at Kajabi Hero Live, he was even presented an award for earning over $100 million through the Kajabi platform. So it's safe to say he knows how to make massive impact in the world while also getting paid to do so. That said, the one launch, one funnel, and one group concept basically means you should focus on selling one thing to one ideal customer until you make $10 million. And this was cool to hear because in the creator economy and the make money online space, there are so many distractions and shiny objects that can easily steer you off your path. Every day there are creators online telling you about the new way to make money online or the new way to grow your personal brand. And even though what these creators are saying may actually work, it doesn't mean that it's right for you. And when you look at some of the biggest creators in the space, you'll see that almost all of them made their first initial money by focusing on one thing. So for example, Alex Hormozi made his first millions in the gym niche. Gary Vee was in the wine industry, and Iman Gadzhi had his first success in the SMMA niche. And the reason why this one launch, one funnel, and one group strategy works is because when you focus on one product or service, you can master the messaging and create an evergreen sales funnel that converts predictably. This focus also allows you to build your authority and become the go-to expert within that space. And by building a group or membership based around the transformation you're delivering, it allows you to build recurring revenue for your business while also building brand loyalty and an engaged community. So if you're a creator just starting out, ask yourself, what's the one target audience you can deliver a transformation to? Once you've answered that, ask yourself what's an offer that you can develop to help deliver that transformation. So this could be a course, coaching program, or digital template. Whatever it is, pick one and pour all your energy into perfecting it. With all that said, I personally know how difficult it can be to focus on just one thing because I've made the mistake of trying to target multiple segments of people so many times. So something I'm going to be working on over the next few weeks is restructuring my offers, refining my messaging, and focusing my marketing to a specific audience, trying to achieve one specific result. But now, another key takeaway I walked away with from Brendon Burchard's keynote was the done by one philosophy. And basically, this is where you aim to end your workday by 1 p.m. And this has been something I've been working towards for the past year and a half, but hearing a 9-figure entrepreneur like Brendon also follow this concept was mad to hear. And the reason I love this done by one framework is because it pushes you to wake up early and complete your most important tasks in the morning, which then frees up your afternoons to do whatever you want. And this is so important for me because for years I made the mistake of thinking I had to work all day, every day to succeed. But looking back, my focus and quality of work would drop like crazy after 1 p.m. So a lot of that time I spent trying to work harder was a complete waste and could have been spent on more fulfilling things. So personally, my typical workday looks something like this. So firstly, I'll wake up at 5 a.m., start working from around 5:30 to about 8:30, and these first 3 hours of the day are usually my most focused and productive times of the day. So I make sure to prioritize this time to work on tasks that move the needle forward for my business. From around 9 a.m, I take a work break and go to the gym, and then from about 11 a.m. to about 1 p.m, I continue working on anything that I couldn't complete in my first work block. And then from there, I either call it a day or do easy tasks like video edits, team meetings, or just learning some new skills. Following this routine has helped me double my business in the last 12 months, and I'll be sticking with this to triple my revenue over the next year. But now moving on to the next key takeaways I learned at Kajabi Hero Live, and these are all about growing on YouTube. And these lessons were taken from YouTubers and podcasters Colin and Samir, so let's dive into it. So firstly, prioritize titles and thumbnails before making your video. So Colin and Samir shared that by planning out your titles and thumbnails before ever filming your video, it'll ensure you're creating something that your target audience actually wants, which will then increase your chances of getting clicks. Because unlike other social platforms where content is being fed to you, YouTube is all about the packaging of your video. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how great or valuable your video is. If it's not packaged right, then no one will click it, which means no one is going to see it. They also mentioned that by creating the title and thumbnail before the video, it will help you better craft your video script to match that title and thumbnail, which will then lead to longer video watch times. And the video watch time is the most important metric when it comes to YouTube, because the longer people watch your videos, the more ads YouTube can show, which then allows YouTube to make more money. And on YouTube, the biggest drop off happens in the first 30 seconds. And a lot of that drop off happens when your video hook or intro doesn't match your video title or thumbnail. Another key takeaway I learned is the importance of using multiple hooks throughout your video. In the past, I've made the mistake of only thinking you need one hook at the start of your video to get your viewer to stay and watch. But the reality is you need to constantly sprinkle hooks, open loops, and cliffhangers throughout your video to keep your viewer engaged. And Colin and Samir shared that a way they do this is by using Jenga storytelling, which is basically where you gradually build tension or curiosity by adding layers of information to a story. And these layers of information could be challenges, problems, successes, realizations, stakes, or a plot twist. With that said, over the next 12 months, YouTube is the platform I'm focusing all of my time and attention on. Because personally, I believe it's the best platform to build a profitable and predictable creator business on. And I'm going to be applying these strategies and sharing the results through my free newsletter, which you can join by clicking the link in the description below. But now moving on to the next key takeaway, and that is the importance of simplifying your business. And this lesson was learned from 8-figure entrepreneur Natalie Ellis, who is the founder and CEO of Boss Babe. And when it came to simplifying her business, Natalie shared how she used to sell multiple different programs, and even though she was able to find a little bit of success, it led to burnout, which then caused Natalie to even hate her business. Also, by having this complex business that was hosted on her own custom platform, it meant she needed a massive team to run it, which then ate up her profits, and there would be constant issues that would mess up her product launches. launches. So after becoming a mother, Natalie realized she needed to change things up. So she decided to cut down her product suite and package everything into just one core offer. She also moved her entire business onto an all-in-one platform like Kajabi to simplify her operations and to save herself thousands of dollars every single month. This simplification allowed Natalie to downsize her team, streamline her operations, and cut the amount of time she had to work in the business. These changes also allowed Natalie to focus all her time and attention on building the best product for her customers, which then led to some of the most profitable and stress-free months of business ever. And when I reflect back on the entire Kajabi Hero live event, a common theme of the weekend was simplification. It seemed like the top creators and entrepreneurs were stepping away from the idea of having complex businesses, and instead they were optimizing for simplification and focus. And this was the first time I ever attended a business conference, and to be honest, it was an inspiring experience, and it was something that I really needed, because for the past 2 months I'd been going through a bit of burnout and felt a bit confused and demotivated about the work I was doing. And looking back now, I've realized that this burnout was happening because of how complex my business had become. But on the plane back home, I took a bird's eye view at all the different products and services I offer and really asked myself, how can I simplify my business? So I asked myself, what could be cut? What could be bundled together, and what could be automated? And I've left a link in the description below to my free newsletter where I'll be sharing the changes and updates I make to my creator business. In this newsletter, I'll also share tactical tips and strategies that my clients and myself are using to grow our businesses. So if you're interested, definitely check it out below. And again, it's 100% free to join. With that said, if you want to learn how I accidentally made over $17,000 selling something that I was already using on a daily basis, then check out this video here. I'll see you there.